What's going on, love? All thanks and praise to the Most High, first and foremost. Welcome back to your collective message of the day. For those of you who are new here, my name is Shani. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot, and I upload daily collective messages when or as the opportunity presents itself. I also upload the messages for the zodiac sign, and then I'll be posting like a couple of collective conversations, right? So make sure you stay tuned for all of that. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel to join the rest of us here who are on our healing journeys. What else? Oh, if you're interested in booking a session with me or any of the services that I offer, make sure you check out the description area, as well as if you have any of the other platforms and you want to check out some of my content over there, all of that information will be in the description area below. Excuse me. We are going to take a few from the Thoth Tarot deck, and then we are also going to take a few from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. So let's get into the message of the day. Again, I really do hope that you're feeling absolutely amazing. And if not, I'm already sending you all the good energy and the positive vibes that you may need in this time, okay? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, you know our hearts and you know our situations. God, energy yourself. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message with an open mind and an open heart? And ask that you clear anything standing in the way of our confirmation, clarification, transformation, that you unblock the things that are standing in our way from implementing the necessary changes that we need to make. So we moving on up, I feel like, okay? We moving on up. I think I want to do this a different way. Almost, but we're going to take whatever comes out. We're going to take one more from this deck, and then we're going to get into that message before we go over into the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. But for those of y'all who seen the collective video from yesterday, right? For those of y'all who seen the collective video from yesterday, you know that if I'm remembering the right way, the full card was the second card. So the full card then moved on up to the first card, right? I'm just going to pick it up. Underneath it all, we got the 8 of disc. This is the 8 of disc, right? And this is almost it's a similar message, but it's a completely different card, right? Yesterday, when we started, the first card was what? The 9 of Wands, right? So that was talking about you putting the action in that you needed to put in order for you to start this new beginning, right? So underneath it all today is the 8 of disc, and this is talking about like you planting your seeds, right? You're being purposeful when it comes to planting your seeds, paying attention to where you're investing your time, your money, and your energy, and things of that nature. And if you are not already in this space, this is what it's calling you to be doing underneath it all, right? Start making sure that you are planting your seeds in the places and spaces that you actually want them to grow in. And it almost sounds tricky when I say it out loud because, well, to myself, because it's like, oh, I want to pour into this relationship that I'm in. I want it to be the best thing that it can be. But if it's not giving you what it could be giving in this moment, if you're planting seeds in there, in this space, you're going to get back that very thing. You get what I'm saying? If it's good to you and you're wanting to plant more seeds in it so it can become even better for you, then okay, cool. But if it's not in alignment with where you are and you're constantly trying to force and plant your seeds in this fucking soil that is not enriched type of thing, then you're going to keep on getting, like, for lack of better words, dead fruit, right? So make sure you being mindful of stuff like that. Don't listen. You have to make sure you're doing what's best for you. That was another part of the message yesterday that's going to lead into this energy underneath it all. You have to plant the seeds that you want to be sown. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody else give you some seeds, you plant them, you might not get the fruit you're trying to bear. You might not get what you thought you was going to get. You might not get the rose bush. You might get, I don't know, anything that you didn't, something that you didn't want by trying to plant the seeds that somebody else gives you instead of you planting your own seeds in the places and, again, the spaces that you know you want them to grow, right? So on the table, and I was just underneath it all. Now on the table, we got the full card, right? So again, taking that leap of faith, right? Not just taking that leap of faith, trusting in your process. Like, it's almost like you going back to the drawing board, but now you just have more experience. You know what I'm saying? More wisdom. You've been through more things, so now you understand things a little better. But because things change, right? Things shift, right? So you probably were on this path, on your path, and you thought you were going a certain way, and now you came to that fork in the road where now you have to turn to the left, and now you're going to be on a whole nother journey opposed to what the journey that you were on before. You understand where I'm coming from? And I get it. Like, yeah, there is some worry here, but this is some shit you're going to overcome. Like, you really, when you worry, it's just like, how can I describe the worry? Worrying is pretty much putting yourself in a position like outside of right now, right? You don't have to worry about nothing. You can always like change the way you looking at things, change the way you doing things. And I'm gonna say change the way you do it. You're worried about doing something different because you're worried about doing something different or how it's supposed to be done with the 5 of discs, right? Because it's almost like I'm trying to figure out how can I describe this energy the best way I can. It's almost like you're worrying about things not going right, right? You're worried about things like fucking up, but you don't have to be. You have to like embrace the journey, recognize and realize what lessons are being taught, what things are coming your way, and for what reason. You understand where I'm coming from? And by you overcoming that fear, overcoming those things, that's how you're going to come into this energy of having, right? Like, this is a fortune card. So there's always like ebbs and flows throughout life. Do you understand? There's always ebbs and flows throughout life. So if you're in a moment right now where it's like shit ain't working out, like I'm getting so tired, you have to trust that it's about to do that 180 that you needed to do, right? Sometimes when we be talking about like, I'm gonna do a whole 360, and it's like, well, if you end up doing a whole 360, baby, you're gonna end up back where you started from. And that's not really something that you actually want to go through, right? So be mindful, pay attention, be thankful, be grateful, enjoy, like embrace the journey. Even if it seems like you're starting over, recognize and realize, baby, you don't ever start all the way over from scratch. It may seem like it, but you have more wisdom, you have more knowledge, you have more experience, you may have more people, you know what I'm saying? You have more than what you had before. So don't worry about it. Because if you really think about it, when you started the journey that you on now, you was worried, right? And now you're done with that journey, you're done with that part of the journey, and now you're moving on to another part. So when you were worrying back then, if you really think about it now, you was worrying for nothing. Because you still came out on top. You know? So keep that in mind. Spirit, what is the card that we need out of this deck? Can you give us what it is that we need? You know our hearts and you know our situations. Don't fall. You gonna fall anyway. You gonna fall anyway. We got growth and we got complacency that comes out of the chakra wisdom oracle deck, right? Growth. We were just talking about you elevating like from one part of your journey to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, old things are gonna die away. New things have to come to the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, new things have to be born or planted. You just got to understand what's actually happening. This is all a part of your growth. You asked to be better. You asked to grow. You asked to have certain experiences, and you just closed your mind off like to the endless possibilities of how these things can actually happen for you, you know? So that energy of complacency that you was in, right? That didn't make you feel good either. Let's be honest. that didn't and or don't make you feel good either, right? So it's like you gotta pick I almost want to say you gotta pick your poison, right? But it's not poison at all. You just gotta pick and choose where you want to plant your seeds. Do you want to be complacent? Do you want to keep on planting the seeds in the energy of complacency, or are you ready to grow? Even though you know it's only uncomfortable, baby, because it's uncertain. But when you know that you seek more than what you have, right? You can appreciate everything you have in this moment, excuse me, before you elevate to the next level. That's why stuff be happening and going on around you and with you and shit like that, for you to be able to elevate, expand, evolve, right? Transform. Don't count yourself out. Do not count yourself out. Do not let the worries, the fears, and that's on some real stuff, even outside of the readings, that's why I do what it is that I do, right? Helping or assisting women find out how to cultivate the self-love, the confidence, okay? The inner peace that they need to be able to elevate, evolve, thrive, which furthermore allows an individual to overcome their fears and their limiting beliefs, set healthy boundaries, okay? And pursue their dreams. Like, there's nothing holding you back besides the energy you're allowing yourself to stay in, based on how you think about things, based on like your fears, and again, the stuff that you're allowing to hold you back. We was only supposed to get 3. 2 more came out of this one. Oh, listen, I just said that. I swear for me, I just said that. These last 2 cards, prayer came out in reverse, okay? Prayer came out in reverse, and then insecurity. So this is stuff that you're thinking about your own self and your own situation. You got to understand what you be praying for, right? That's why it's like you pray for something, and then there's no real understanding as to why you pray for it. You get what I'm saying? And you feel like you're not good enough, you feel like you're not worthy enough, you feel like it's impossible, and none of that stuff is true. So again, pay attention to where you planting your seeds, the thoughts that you planting. Like, pay attention to all of that, and then decide what you're going to renew and how you're going to do things different for yourself. Because that one thing about humans, we like to go after something bigger. You get what I'm saying? Like, we like to have goals that we can accomplish. It just does something to us mentally. Like, it makes us feel good about ourselves and our situations to be accomplishing some shit. So just because it seems complicated, or just because somebody don't understand it, or just because, ain't nobody that is trying to support you, all of that stuff, that's not something for you to worry about. You got to do what's best for you. And you just have to go with the flow and trust that whoever or whatever is supposed to meet you on your path as you're moving forward is going to show up regardless, period. So we're going to leave that there for today, right? I don't want this message to get too long, but I do thank you. I appreciate you. Again, make sure you check out the information in the description area. Get the content from other places, because obviously it is very necessary. Start building your support system, starting with the people that be on this platform or any of my other platforms, because we are here to support you along the way, period. But that's what I have for you today, love. Make sure you enjoy yourself, and until next time, peace.